Well, hey everyone. Thanks for popping in today and checking out the channel. We are going to be taking a look at Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus. He is part of the Evolution series that they did. As you may have seen my Rodimus review that I did, he was part of the same Evolution series. They did the Optimus Prime, they did the Nemesis Prime, the Rodimus Ucronus, and they did this guy. This is resembled after the final season of Beast Wars, the Transmetal 2 Optimal Optimus. They did a really good job on really capturing the capturing the essence that was the original. And if you look right there, pointing, there is the original Optimal Optimus that came out in 1998. I want to say like 98. Quite a long time ago. But they do an excellent job on grasping everything that made that character and that figure awesome and basically giving him a nice little update. Now to add, he does not have his fourth transformation, which was this really strange looking wheeled vehicle. They left that out of this, mainly just because there was the extra bit. If you see that on the back. That is the Optimus Primal figure that comes with it. So it's part of the, hence evolution, much like the Rodimus that I have. He does come into separate parts. You do get the trailer, you get Hot Rod. It combines to make Rodimus. This you get Optimus Primal, and then the Ape, and you combine it, and he becomes this. Also, Optimus Primal has a really cool little mode with him. But on to the figure itself, he's got some really good range of motion in the shoulder. Open that wing. Really good range of motion in that. Arms can do a complete 360. You can get some good angle. I was gonna make a wrestling joke. It's like getting some good Kurt angles. Does he even wrestle anymore? I have no idea. Really good detail though. I mean, they went all out on this. I mean, sadly, we may not get another Beast Wars figure for a while. I mean, we'll always get masterpieces. In fact, they're working on a Megatron masterpiece. It's really cool. Does get some really good motion in his hand, so you can do this really like getting a finger cramp. It's very strange, but that's mainly for his beast mode. Does get a thumb that can go down. That's mainly also because of his beast mode. But it's really reminiscent of his original hand. So again, they did a really good job on redoing this figure overall. Does have a head that can do full. First thing I want to point out is look at that head sculpt. That is really impressive. There are some things that's different. Also, he has red eyes over green eyes. I don't mind the red eyes. Maybe he needs some clear eyes. I don't know. What's that guy who used to do those commercials? Ben Stein. Maybe you should be friends with Ben Stein. He's got some really good Maximal stickers on his shoulder. I don't know how well it's coming in on the camera. Let's see. There we go. He does have a waist. He does have waist articulation. He can do full 360, but that's just because of transformation. Backpack keeps popping off. Legs. Let's move his arms out of the way. Legs can go about that far out, that far back. Does have some ankle tilt going on. Does have some good range of motion in the knee. And also, just the amount of detail that they put on him. I mean, that's impressive. They did an awesome job with that. He's got clips in his leg. Now, he does have something that the original toy doesn't have. The option to actually put away these guns right here. And that happened. Let's go ahead and pop that back on. Sometimes it happens. My regard. Let's see, why is it not doing what I'd like it to? Do as I command. There you go. So you can actually move that up. And if you really want, I mean, he could hold these guns in this mode. Looks a little wonky. One thing I do have him kind of set up with is I have this weapon that was from Rekgar. He holds it kind of strange, but I mean, he is a giant ape robot after all, so how stranger could it look? Well, there you go. I mean, nice little melee weapons, and quite fitting for a beast. And we're gonna go into his transformation. So we're actually just gonna. Oh, one thing I'd like to point out, which is really cool. So you open this up, and there's actually a removable matrix. Now this is more resembling what happened in Beast Wars, how he became Optimus. How Optimus Primal became Optimal Optimus was when. I don't know if you guys are too all familiar with that. The Megatron from the Beast Wars era tries to kill Optimus Prime on the Ark, because it turns out they were actually on Earth the whole time. Pretty much attempts to kill him, causes like these like temporal like time storms, and in order to prevent everything from happening, Optimus Primal has to put Optimus Prime spark inside of him, and it causes him to mutate into this. So that's cool that they actually did that. The original Beast Wars Optimal Optimus actually has a cockpit that opens, has a seat and everything, but the thing is, nothing ever came with it. Nothing ever came with it to put in there, so that's cool that they actually did that. So we're going to transform him. You just want to tab him from the back. Boom, now he's just this. I'll put that off to the side. What you want to do next is you want to just pop that in. Now with this, with the head, I don't like to push it all the way in just because he can get it kind of slightly stuck, and it is kind of nerve-wracking to actually put the head back up. As you can tell, he's slightly kind of chipped right there in that corner. So I just kind of put it like that. I don't put it all the way in. Next thing, you want to just line up this spot right here with right there. Push it in. And come down to this bottom part. Pull that out. And just want to just adjust that. Bring these up. Kind of straighten out his legs. And his arms are kind of stuck with the shoulder pads, so you gotta just kind of move those down. Come to the top of the chest. And then you just want to just bring his head up, and there you go. There's Optimus Primal. And they did a really good job on actually making this figure. Also, there's a tab right there, and it will just tab in right there, so it kind of brings it up a little bit higher on his back. I mean, there you go. I mean, they did an excellent job on this figure. Surprisingly good. His maximal sticker on his shoulder. To me, this captures more of a pre-Earth mode. So, I mean, I could imagine Optimus Primal looking like this on Cybertron before coming to Earth. Look at the back, there's that. I mean, if you want, you can always flip. You can pop the head all the way, turn it around, and then put it down. But it likes to get stuck, so I prefer not to. And then there's the Matrix down there. It does have full 360 on the head. I do love this head sculpt. It's very, very show accurate. He's got full 360 in the arms. Get some nice side action. Good, nice little, his elbows actually on a ball joint. His hands aren't movable, but that's fine. Legs go out that far forward due to this. It's connected, but if you want to, boom, there's that. I'm actually looking into getting a second one to have him set up with it, because I think that'd be cool, and you could, if you want to, you could take off that back part. But not to be. And he does go tough to the side this much, and he does get some good knee action going on. He's actually on a double knee joint, so get some good posability out of that. His guns, he can, hold them, like a gun. Well, really, what more do I go into? So, give him guns, or he could hold them like, I don't know. Well, he can't hold them like that. He could hold them like clubs, which would defeat the whole purpose of them being a gun. You could give him one gigantic gun, which, I mean, it's just absurd. Or, if you really want to emulate that kick-ass mace that the original one had with that robotic skull, you could just give him this. So, pretty good. I do enjoy it. Size comparisons. I don't know how many size comparisons around. I mean, I do, I guess. Didn't see that. Here he is with Classics Starscream, so he is slightly taller. And I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. Here he is with imperfect, no, semi-perfect. So either you're perfect or you're not. I could quote Team 4-Star on that. Hashtag Team 4-Star. So, he's fairly, tall. He's a little bit taller than a deluxe, but not by that much. So, next we're going to transform his beast mode. So first thing that you want to do, you want to turn his waist all around. So it's like that. What's next? This. You want to take off these top parts off of his shoulders. And you're gonna have to swing these up like so. Next is bringing these down. They're on a little slider, so you just bring them down. Pop up the monkey head, which I must say they did a really good job on that also. And then next, I'm going to just rotate the forearms. And, am I doing this right? I should be. Okay, here we go. I actually want to move the hands too, so like this. Bring his shoulders out like that. And let's see, I know this part back here. There we go. It's on these joints right here. Sorry, let me actually show you what's going on. So he's on this joint right here, right underneath his knee. You just want to scarily push it, or to the point where it gets stuck. There we go. And then you're just going to want to move it from this position to speak. Want to move it from this position down to a disposition. No pun intended. And then reposition is legs. If you want, you can leave these out. I mean, you don't have to. And get this actually posed right. That'd be grand. Be smashing. And just bring these back down. To the back. And there you go, there's his beast mode, which I find cool that you kind of get, you know, two different versions of Primal. Now next, this is where it gets a little crazy. You may actually have to flip his head around. It's gonna look very strange. So, here we go. We'll get him transformed. Transform! Oh, now before I do anything, these actually clip on his arms. So, I just realized, I'm like, oh wait, I don't have those up. Let me actually do this the proper way. Just have these tabs right here. Just pop in right there. There we go. Oh, it's proper monkey. Okay. I just figured I'd get that done and out of the way. So, now we're going to transform him into his vehicle mode slash, I guess, other slightly different vehicle mode. So, we're just going to just reverse. Put your boy Primal's head down. Come up like this. And this all just tabs all in there. It's very straightforward. And we're just going to reverse his entire transformation. If it'll allow me. So we're going to do this. That's just Prime. Here we go. You know, a couple years ago they actually did a repaint. I want to say it was the. I think I got it somewhere on the shelf. The Transformers Generation Orion pack. Someone well, not someone, but they did do a repaint of, I believe it was Leo Prime. I just really like it how they go back and they do Beast Wars justice. I feel like if it wasn't for Beast Wars, a lot of the stuff that they actually ended up doing years later probably wouldn't be where it's at. So big shout out to Beast Wars. Alright, and we'll get his guns put on him. And there is his vehicle mode. It's like a, I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. This seems very Cybertronian, but one thing I gotta give Takara props for is they basically took one character. They took Optimus Primal, and they made a figure where he get aspects of all three different versions of him from Beast Wars, not counting Beast Machines. You get Optimus Primal from Season 1. You get Optimus Primal from, well, Optimal Optimus from the last season, which was Transmetal 2. But you also get an aspect of his Transmetal version, which you guys are all familiar with that. He had a flying jetboard, or surfboard, flying surfboard, jetboard slash thingamajig. That's what you get with this, and he actually can write on him. And he does have these tabs right there and right there, and also on the ends. He can actually write on it. It's very tricky at first to try to get the tabs on his foot. And if if that happens, I think what it really wants you to is take off the guns. Okay. So he can ride it. Ride on it. Primal robot. Get on it. My primal waiting. And if he wants to, I mean, sometimes he'll go on there, sometimes he won't. But there you go, there he is on his jet board. Oh, there he is. He's no, now he's in frame. He's in frame. That's just Prime. But that's not it. That's not his last mode. He does have this mode, which I actually never transformed him into it. So this is a learning experience for, I think, everyone. I want to flip these down and bring his feet up like this. I just have never actually transformed him, and I'm going to try to do it without actually looking at the actual instructions. I'd rather try to learn to do it without looking at them. Cool little history about Optimus Primal. If you guys are all too familiar with the Beast Wars story, he's supposed to be Optimus Prime's ancestor. Or, not ancestor, what's the word? I'm just throwing off blanks right now. His descendant. Yes, his descendant. So, I guess that's the reason why he looks so similar to him. I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm just going to assume that's probably why he looks like him. And for me to figure out why this is, how this goes on here, I know that it goes on here like somehow. How? Oh, I don't know. So this is definitely a learning experience for everyone today. Unless you already have this figure and you're mocking me. How dare you mock me? Do. And I believe this is it. I think so. That's what the original one kind of looked like. So, if you really want, you could put these on here. There we go. There's his vehicle mode. It's back. It's the front. Side. There's the bottom view. Well, not bad. I mean, it's similar to his original Beast Wars Optimal Optimus version. There's some things that are different, but that's by all means that's fine. If they weren't able to put his the vehicle truck mode in, that's fine. This is actually pretty cool. In 2007, either 2007 or 2008, the Titanium series came out with a version of Optimal Optimus. I think they actually did all. I think they did all 4 modes. I can't remember. I never was able to get my hands on it, but did a good job. So there you go. There's his weird flying ship mode. Size comparison. No, let's do size comparison. So he is significantly larger in this mode. And there's Starscream. Okay, so there you guys go. There's only a couple things I could say that they could have done differently with this figure. One, probably some of the sticker. A lot of the sticker work, as you can see, I mean, it's this corner, it's starting to come up. Same thing on the other side. It's starting to come up. The foil stickers, I dig them. I just really wish that they were on on here a whole lot better. Which I mean doesn't mean that like he hates the toy. I really don't have any other issues besides that. It's just some of the stickers are kind of peeling off, and it's just because it's just sitting. I don't know. Could just be the way that they were put on or how long they sat. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. But I do say, by all means, if you're able to find this figure, if you're not able to get the original Beast Wars Optimal Optimus, then by golly, this is the next best thing. So, thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out for other that's all, folks. Keep an eye out for other future videos. I'm planning on doing a lot of cool stuff for the channel this year, and also I'm going to be having an actual live news correspondent at TFCon this year. So expect to see things up here from that, and also on my Facebook. You guys can check that out. It's official Nerner Del Beastman Transformers. If you guys want to check that out, that'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. And also, if you guys want to kind of keep up with some of the figure reviews that I'm planning on doing, ones I've already done, you guys can go ahead, go on to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at _robotic_beastman. I appreciate it. And again, thank you guys for watching another Transformers review. Boy.